Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Frieren, and I'm very excited. I spent today getting in the mood, the atmosphere, the vibe by listening to the Mushishi soundtrack, and I just have to throw a shout out there. If you haven't seen Mushishi yet, or it's been a while, go watch some episodes. That freaking song and the oh, it's so good. And I think that it's put me in precisely the right mood for the kind of mysterious, peaceful, atmospheric, but intriguing show that we've got here in Frieren. So, I'm thrilled to be here. I'm going to get a couple things out of the way. First things first, apparently the subs sucked and the 9-volt people were trying to be way too extra. Luckily, from what I've heard, most of the problems with the subs were not in these episodes, with the grand exception of An Ageless Elegy, a title that has never been the title of this piece of media and never will be. So we're switching. It'll be the Crunchyroll subs from here on out. No sweat. All will be well. Himmel, Heiter, Fern, Frieren. These are all Germanic names, and thank you to the people in the comments who've pointed out what those names mean. Clearly, I could go and look them up myself, but it is very helpful to have them that way. Also, there's been some discussion over whether those names have a lot of nuance to them, and they don't. They're pretty straightforward, and still pretty cool as such, because I think because of the layered imagery and the way that we use, say, sky imagery along with Himmel to make everything all fit together in a cool way. Yeah, that's neat. It's the kind of layered intrigue that makes things mean more than they mean. But I still don't think there's a lot of secrecy or nuance to those names. It's not as though those names reveal something hidden about the characters. They're pretty upfront and center about what they mean, and that's totally fine. Over the course of our first episodes of introduction to Frieren and the show that she inhabits, we discovered that this is a story about time and how it passes differently for different peoples. In this case, an ageless elf and her otherwise mortal friends and companions. Now, at the end of her heroic journey, having become powerful and successful and defeated the monsters of this world, ushering in a new era of peace, Frieren finds herself questioning, wondering at the meaning of these short human lives, these people that she's been with and lived with for years, fought alongside, and never come to truly understand. So she sets off on a new journey, maybe one that can never end, because journeys of discovery never end. Journeys of understanding are infinite and full of possibility. That's the real sense that I get right now, 2 episodes in, is that this is a world full of possibility. Not just the possibilities for a classic storyline, but for understanding, for empathy, for connection, and for, well, for a strange character to come to understand the human parts of the self, the things that connect even her to those flitting, ephemeral beings like us that only grace this world for a short time before we pass on. So in a journey that ends at grave sites, Frieren I'm gonna keep doing it, continues on an endless journey, maybe to nowhere. I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased. I don't know if this show deserves its #1 ranking. Like, how do you beat out Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? Really? Maybe. So far, what I can say is it's solid and it's very pretty. The prettiness is 100% the thing that's going to grab a lot of people's attention and get them immediately interested, because we like looking at shiny things, and the show is pretty shiny. Can it land it? Can it really nail this down, like, pretty much every episode? I think that's what it takes to reach that bar of, like, the #1 slot of all time. Ridiculous. But maybe? If it's even in contention, that's wild. That's a wild thing to think. You know how many years Fullmetal Alchemist has topped that list? Fullmetal Alchemist has 3 million plus members on my anime list, and Frieren has like 300,000. It's just the score discrepancy at present. I don't know. Is this show the greatest anime of all time? I don't know. Is it a good time for me on Wednesdays? Yes. So come along and join me for Friren's Day. Friren's, it's worse that way, isn't it? Shit. Friren's Day. And we'll dive into these next couple of episodes. My drawing for today will be simple and symbolic. And I think it should be very obvious. Huh. I did not expect to do like a sun here. That is not what I thought I was doing. Interesting. I'm pleased with that. An endless journey past the symbols that represent friends that have passed. A journey towards sunset. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's sunrise. Don't know whether we're heading east or west. That fits, doesn't it? A journey to an end that might be a beginning. I like that. I like that. All right, with our eye to the sky and everything that means, let's dive into episode 3 of Frieren. I've got the episode up and ready to go. There will be 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on YouTube, early access on the Patreon, also linked in the description. Beep beep timer to count you down. Let's go. I really, really like this OP. I really like the visual language of it, too. All these characters sort of floating in space past each other. Not this. Ah, Evan Cole, by the by. Violet Evergarden. This. You get big and kind of choral there. It's almost gospel-y, like we're all singing together. Ah, ah, ah. 27 years, trade city of Warm, located in the Central Lands. God, that's pretty. We got multi-mast sailing vessels. Okay, it's a moderately technologically advanced society. Those are not easy to build. Yeah, we can cover more ground that way. Uh. Liar. You'd think with so much experience she'd get better at this. Mm. We need it. Oh. Oh. That actually seems reasonable. Follow her. Make sure she doesn't do anything stupid. Yes! This is what I'm here for. Ooh. Just checking out the shinies. Truly a child. Or maybe there's like a reason behind it. Or maybe she's thinking about buying it for you. It's gotta be something stupid. Oh, hi, Black Cat. Have you decided to join our team? You're a team member now. Welcome to the squad. Here's your hat. Alright, what did she buy it for? Yeah. And got all sweaty, too. Like, really nervous about this. I feel like it's a gift for somebody. Or maybe it's like she knows there's somebody in this village that she needs to trade something particular, like a thieves guild or something. No, keep following, Fern! For good sweets. Yeah, I imagine it's hard to come by sugar. Except honey, maybe? You are in a trading village, or a trading port, though. Smoky. Oh, shit! That's a character from a different show. that dude is from Kill a Kill. Wait, there are two of them. Oh no, these fuckers know their candy. The spookiest, darkest, scariest people in town. Because they'll know. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's completely the opposite response. With a hookah going. No, it doesn't. You're just gonna sugar crash. No, you're insolent levels. Okay, that's awesome. That's the funniest what a subversion. It'd be interesting if there was some other subversion. There was like a magical reason for it. But I'm gonna guess that it's not. I think she just wants sugar. Oh shit, yeah, you got distracted the whole time. Reasonable, I told you to do it. Oh, she's gonna take her to the sweets place? That's very sweet. What are you planning, Frieren? Ooh, reflection. That's awesome. I've been to a couple restaurants on the coast that have a view like that. They're lovely. The food's way too expensive usually. Oh. Yeah, for what? 1,000 years? This is her attempt to connect to Fern, isn't it? Flash, flash. Hmm. But how does Fern know? Hmm. Oh, no, wait, that doesn't make any sense. The dwarf wants sour grapes? Gross. Oh, he's currently eating them. Why? Damn. She just wanted to know what sweets she likes? And presents and stuff? She's just trying. That's what this is. She's trying. Oh, it is? It better be fucking purple. Oh, that works. That definitely works. That little shiny twitch was awesome. Yeah, the effort is awesome. The trying part is the mattering part in a lot of senses. Clearly. Excellent. This is so good for all us weirdos who don't know how to social. Aw, it's immediately on. She's gonna wear it forever. Fucking great. Okay, so the ornament that's on the back of her head is not the same ornament that was on Heiter's throat. I thought it was. Okay. And more to find out. To retrace the adventures. Oh. So going to the village where they... Yeah, okay. I don't know exactly what I'm aiming for, but there's a path forward and I'll take it. 10,000 years too early. Oh! No, it's genetics, you dingo. Titties, titties, titties. Stupid. Alright, I'm scared of this title. Gross. I think that's a S sound, but I don't know. Seen better days. Ooh, what are we doing here? PvP? That was dope. Oh my god. That's terrifying. Did it go through it or around it? Oh. Badly. Well, very well. Gilgamesh, stop, please. This is cool. She's becoming a real wizard. So maybe eventually you have to learn magic that kills, and that's what our title means? God, all these freaking backgrounds are so, so pretty. Code Geass style. I haven't thought about that in a long time. Or Macross barrier style. Wow. Total huge difference in their sure-footedness. Shield? It's a little powerful. It's a little powerful. I'm in. Bedtime story time with Frieren. I'm down. Thistles. Crossing a threshold. Will we do a snap in time across the threshold? Nope. Yeah, what's up? We have legends. Qual? Bad guy? Bad guy. Oh. Oh, wow. So he was on the follow-up as well. Hmm. Ouch. By name. So she'll be back. Huh. At the last minute, huh? At least she didn't lose track of time. Woo. Red. That's a big boy. So we're gonna release him and then fight him? She's very confident in her ability to do so. They had to seal it back then, but now she's not worried at all. Why didn't you kill him then? No choice. Ooh, here we are. Hmm. Zortrak. That looks awesome. Yeah. Like cells imploding or something. Woof. That's why we had to deal with it. I wonder what it means. Bedtime stories. Let's go. All right. I want to know the answer though. I'm spooked. Hi, buddy. What's up, bro? Damn. Also a creature that doesn't... Rip. Oh. Thought maybe he would just leave. Doesn't that pierce defensive spells? Apparently not. Is that why she was training her in just that? So it's just become the norm now? Oh, so it's the change of... It's like throwing Chamberlain in today's NBA. And all the counters for it. So we evolve. Wow, that's cool. Time passed him by. Completely. Everything you worked for. Oof. They evolve a lot. He just immediately learned it. He is pretty good, isn't he? Maybe we shouldn't have told him. Oh, so he's just gonna keep going. Fuck! Whoa. Nice! That's rad! Just blocking the specific parts and giving Frieren an opening. Oh my god! They can magic! Hold it, Fern! Hold the line! Watch out! Wow, hoisted with his own petard. Poetic. How much change happens. Yeah, read that book. Good stuff. You just gonna steal his hat? Oh. Good man. I mean, bad, but tee hee hee. Hmm. Don't you flip her skirt, dude. Maybe he's old enough that he could get away with it now. You could get away with it like at a very young age and a very old age. No. Would have been so fucking funny. Turns around, just obliterates him. Yes, they did. Oh, and the sun shines. That's too cute. And so it ends, and so it ends. That was lovely. Really interesting how stepping outside of the flow of time completely means everything will be changed when you re-enter. But if you're like Frieren and you've been a part of it the whole time, it's more like it hasn't changed at all, although you can recognize the things that have. Really, really an interesting circumstance. Oh, that was him! That was him as a bull with the... I wonder if all the rest of the things are the things. That was Qual. Right? So I wonder if there are elements of each of these, like, switches. So crossing paths is like... we're following along our previous path. Should I watch these? I mean, there's a title, so that's cool. The Land Where Souls Rest. Is that... I wonder, is there a literal underworld where you could go and just, like, talk to souls and stuff? Probably not. Probably not. Okay, I want to go back into the ED for a second, because there was a thing that I'm almost certain was the face of Qual on a basket. That's him, right? The horns, the eyes, the big grin, the sewed up parts. Then a hand emerges, sprinkles floral stuff, and it becomes sunlight and different. Maybe everything else in here has meaning. I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to... I mean, that was a bow, right? That's a big boy, right? Maybe dragon? That's a dragon. It's eating a flower. Is it eating a blue flower? Yeah, it is. Whoa. Okay, so the dragon is eating one of the blue moon flowers. Okay, there's a lot more here than I thought there was, and I'm never gonna be able to piece it out. We gotta ignore this. We gotta move away. We've only got so much time to talk about this episode because I really want to watch the next episode. So my time limit comes from that. Striking thing about this episode, background art. Holy shitterino. Macaroni mackerel. What? These are gorgeous. They remind me of the MT backgrounds. Big cityscapes and broad, like, wide angle, huge landscapes that play a lot with light, and I gotta say, with sunrise and sunset motifs. Here we're sunrise on the village, and later when we're with Fern, we'll be moving towards sunset. It's pretty freaking great. Frieren lying is very funny because of how damned obvious it is. She is into that clothing melting potion and various other weird things to buy. I love this dynamic. She's a full goober, and Fern, the younger character, ends up being something of the older character. We sort of, like, comically talk about that as she calls herself maybe Eurone-san. We do a breast comparison thing for, for the memes. But the dynamic really works with Fern being sort of thoughtful and careful and reasonable, and Frieren being an immortal elf who does weird things. Yeah. Oh man, I don't even know how to feel about this go down into the tavern situation. Because I don't think that their response to her is because she's a powerful elf or something, like she gains their respect by being who she is. She just walks into a grubby, scummy place full of dudes in spiky armor, and they know where the best sweets are in town. They all are cool people who just love sweets. That's pretty cool. It's surprising. It's a subversion of expectations because you go into a place like that, regardless of the fantasy world that you're in, you expect scum and villainy, and it looks like scum and villainy, a wretched hive, right? But instead, they're pretty cool homies who are just adventurers, and it seems like evil is maybe not super common amongst humans, amongst people in this world. You know what I mean? Our evils have come from demonic sources, from Qual and from big monsters attacking places in the far past the Demon Lord's army. I'm curious, like, what are crime rates like? Because we've seen no criminals. Zero. None. And we don't see beggars on the streets, or anything of the sort, really. So I wonder what the sort of like standard quality of life is, economic prospects for the average person, and how open it is to be able to become an adventurer. I don't know. Fern's little sneak mission is lovely, and down we go into just a wonderful place. The smoke, the knives in the wall, the bartender, you can never even see his eyes, and they all know exactly where the best dessert shops are. Yeah, lady, you'd better believe it. We can recommend you all the best places. Hee and they're just rad. They're just cool as fuck. That's interesting. Will that be a through line? That would be a funny running gag that it's sort of like being in World of Warcraft and having all the like, I am evil spiky armor. Hey man, you wanna go do a raid together? Let's hang out. Everybody's just kind of chill. That would be cool. Nothing like rewarding yourself with something sweet. And also, a bit of sugar gives us the energy we need. Dude, yo, do not rely on sugar for your energy needs. Don't do it. Don't do it. Slow digesting carbohydrates, protein and fats. Slow digesting carbohydrates, protein and fats. They digest slower, they cause a smoother rise in your insulin levels, and overall, you get long-lasting, solid energy that doesn't crash and make you die super hard. So, like, eat oatmeal. Eat oatmeal. God damn it. Avocados. Nuts. This ends up being really cute. She's so nervous about it, too. Well, maybe not nervous. She acts very aloof and nonchalant, but there's clearly, like, care and watching how Fern responds. Like, she's concerned that maybe she'll do it wrong somehow. I guess because it's new territory for her. She hesitates here at the door for a moment, thinking it through, then says it. And Fern is watching her, but I get the impression that Frieren is watching Fern, too. So here we are, sunrise, transition to sunset. Sorry for doubting you. Never mind. Secret savings, I wonder how much, for how long. And I don't know how Fern knows that she'll eat Merker pudding. That would only make sense to me if they've been places and ordered it together before. I don't know. But it's a reveal. She never figured out what her friends' favorite foods were until they sort of told her after many years, so she's getting it right this time. Starting from the beginning and finding out what Fern is all about from the outset. And that's what she's trying to do. I don't know what you like, but she got her a birthday present. She tried, right? And beyond trying, there's a layer beyond trying. Trying to find a present that somebody will like is one thing. Trying to put yourself in the other person's shoes, consider what they might enjoy, and try to find them that. With all the struggle that goes into it, which Fern got to observe, which is wonderful. All the wondering at the little jewelry stand, like, what do I get? What do I get? All of that emotional effort counts, man. That shit counts. And it's a good gift. So it will be cherished. It's good. And you know what else is good? This little subtle shot where we just shift it a little bit. Sort of plays off of it. Oh my god, that's fucking gorgeous. Like the shadow disappears and then the light sparkles. Freaking cool. Overjoyed. Only because I tried. She catches the verbiage that she uses. I'm overjoyed that you tried. Only because I tried. She doesn't get specific on it, but just says, you really don't get how humans work, do you? No. Does the gift matter? Yeah. But the attempt at connection probably matters more. So back to sunrise. And she wears it proudly. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Finally, this is revealed. She's not just searching out bits of magic. She's retracing the adventures. Going back to the places that they've been and walking that path again. Partly, I presume, in the hopes of coming to understand each of them more. Partly to check on their legacy, right? To come through and make sure all the problems that they've solved have stayed solved. And partly just out of something like nostalgia? I don't know. Maybe this is a weird take. Do you feel like Frieren is watching her favorite show again? You know what I mean? Like, when you finish a show that you really love, and I say this to my audience, many of whom are rewatching anime and do so frequently. When you finish a show that you love, you've kind of got a couple of options. You could watch nothing. You could watch something new and you don't know how that's going to go. But if you retrace the steps of the show that you've already seen, you know how it's going to go. It's comforting in that way. You know what those beats are going to be and you know what you're going to get out of it. There's a safety to retracing those steps that isn't there in going out into the world without a plan. Know what I mean? So I wonder if there's something of that in what she's doing. I don't know, so I'm trying to figure that out. I'm not sure what about it is important to me. Before all sign of them fades away, that's important. I don't know. That's powerful. I think it's really powerful. Frieren doesn't know what she's really trying to accomplish. This journey, Fern asks her if we have a destination, and the answer is to go to this one particular village and also to retrace the steps. But there isn't really a destination. There isn't a specific goal. This is a journey of discovery. She's walking forward to figure out where to go. I think that's powerful for us. I think a lot of people, self included, hesitate to step forward until they know their end point. You know what I mean? Like, man, it's a real scary proposition to try to build a business, for example. You don't know where that's going to go or how it's going to end up. And so I think there's a temptation to not start unless you're confident that the end point will be reached. I like this a lot better. We're exploratory creatures, I think. I think not knowing where you're going is just as good a reason to set off on a journey as knowing. As weird as that might be. Because as you take a step and the next step and the next step, you'll be pulled somewhere. Titties. We make a breast comparison joke. It's fine. Hardcore fucking defensive magic training for a specific purpose. Getting Fern good enough at defensive magic that she can defend herself against big booms. Gorgeous location shots again. Love the bridge. And then the bridge of the log. Gosh. But defensive magic has its weakness. I really liked this as well. Frieren is very stable, even carrying her big suitcase thing. Very stable. Fern is not. And then has to run across once she catches her footing. So, defensive spells are a little bit OP. It's true. It's true. And we enter a village. Find some familiar old faces. Find that Emil the hero was quite confident that Frieren would show up, which is pretty interesting. Especially given how easy it would be for her to lose track of time. And we make our way to Qual, big demon guy. 80 years ago, we could not beat him. An exceptional mage who developed the first piercing spell. And I want to know what Zoltrak means. Does it mean anything? Soultrack is used in the fan translation. Don't think that's... I don't think that's right. I'm gonna guess that that's somebody being extra. Okay. It doesn't seem to have a direct, like, Germanic naming thing. The visual for it is... God, it's like looking at something out of Kill la Kill. What the fuck? Like, full Kill la Kill diamonds. Full trigger diamonds. Kind of almost reminds me of the ED of Made in Abyss Season 2. Magic piercing this weave, going in on your cells and causing them to implode and explode. Fucking rad visual. I need to know who did that. I'm gonna Sakugaburu. To Sakugaburu and away. A lot of the fight stuff is Yoshiko Matsumura. Oh, found it. Oh! It's Yoshinari! It's Ko-Yoshinari. Oh, that makes so much sense. So the first, here, let me pull this up so you can just see it really quick. The first portion, this is Daisuke Shibukawa for this stuff. And then 13 to end, which is where we flash. To end, Yoshinari. And that shit, oh my god. Okay, Ko, what? Let's just quickly. Oh, look, there's some Little Witch Academia. No surprise there. I said it was like triggered sparkles, because it is. Because it is. Oh, is he flaming Araragi? He is flaming Araragi. That tracks, doesn't it? Like, just comparing that to Guy falling apart at the very end of this thing, where the humanoid shape is just being obliterated. It's not dissimilar in some ways. I can see the through line for it. What is this? James Mayer Medal. This is the 2003 FMA. Great movement and stuff. Cool. More Kizumonogatari Insanity. Okay, cool. Yeah, all this. Yep. And these deeply, like, texture-centric emotional sequences. Yep. I wonder who that animator is. That's who that animator is, of course! Who else could it be? There are a couple people. Couple people who would do that much impacty, flashy, just tell the story with flashing lights and stuff. Pretty rad. The boy awakens. Yeah, that's his face that's on the basket later. Okay. What's up, Frieren? How you doing? Honestly, pretty good, man. You are old school. Humans have developed. You can't just believe that a new magical secret isn't going to be uncovered and pieced apart by everybody. Like, that's crazy. It's crazy. Imagine you take any top scientist, like our equivalent to wizards. Our equivalent to wizards and magicians are scientists, right? Take any top scientist, freeze them in cryosleep for 80 years and wake them up, and they're not going to know shit. Not going to know nothing. You pop Einstein in today, and he's going to be a little bit confused about the state of physics. It's like, it's different. And people have taken his great revelations and incredible theories and run with them. They're like the foundational knowledge of our physics universe, right? Some of them are still there, but they're like grade level shit now. What would have been postdoctorate, incredible, mind-blowing thesis work, right? Is like, you learned it in high school. Everybody knows it now. The world has changed and moved past you. That's cool. I like it. Again, time matters a lot. And Frieren has been here watching that change the whole time. So I said it while it was happening, but I wonder if there's like a frog in hot water. You know, a frog in water and the temperature's slowly raising and the frog just boils to death because it never notices that the temperature is much hotter than it was a second ago. But of course, if you take a frog in cold water and you immediately heat up the water, the frog's be like, fuck this, and jump out. By being just a part of the flow, is Frieren just like steadily and slowly acclimated to everything in a way that kind of prevents you from seeing the change? You know, like if you know somebody and you see them every day, they don't change that much, even as they're aging and like their level of fitness is changing and their body size and shape and whatever is changing, their hair is changing color, whatever. You don't really notice day by day. But if you don't see somebody for 2 years and then you see them, you'll see a marked difference in their appearance. Is there a similar thing here where Frieren has been in the world and so doesn't really experience the way that the world has changed in the way that these separate creatures might? It's interesting. By being a part of it, maybe you become jaded to the slow change that's happening to everything. And so then, by going back on this journey and retracing steps that she hasn't strode, hasn't walked on for 80 years, will she see those striking changes as she does with the young villager who's now the old villager and has learned not to flip up ladies' skirts? Maybe. Maybe. It was all incorporated, and everyone knows it now. Still, there's something to pure talent and skill. Immediately, Qual is able to understand and then manifest his own version of the defensive magic, and then immediately intuit what its weaknesses might be and start attacking those. More attacks, you're not going to be able to hold your defenses. Which is probably, now that I think of it, why Frieren had Fern learn all this defensive magic, so that she could rely on Fern to do the defending while she sets up for the kill. Otherwise, she might burn down her mana. I don't know. It's unclear exactly how powerful Frieren is. Once again, I will say that I like the way that the magic looks. I'll also mention that I read the first chapter of the manga, because I wanted to, but also because I wanted to go through it and see if there were any, like, patterns, or, like, the cover had anything particularly useful that I would want to cut and use as part of my thumbnail design. I sometimes do that. I didn't end up using anything from that for the thumbnail design. I used some, like, book page sort of style thing that I thought would be really good, because it's got, like, this idea of traveling through a journey that's already happened in story, or, like, turning pages. I don't know. Anyway, I read the first chapter. The magic looks super basic in the manga. It's actually usually just white with like 2 lines on the outside to show a beam, and that's it. No sketchiness, no fuzziness. So everything that we see of what the magic looks like in the anime has been tailored to the anime, and I think it works great. I think this like black noise fuzz which we've also seen on some of Fern's blasts before and stuff, is really cool, especially contrasted with the almost crystalline defensive shell. It's neat. I think it's cool. And then these reflections and the scatters and shatters are just visually gorgeous, like really cool to watch. It creates a real feeling of big magic going on. And then cool trickiness as Frieren hops up above and blasts you away with your own damned spell. Not ready to defend yourself, huh? No, apparently not. My own spell. And we learn who he was, and we can move on past this place. They thanked you. They didn't thank me. They believe in Himmel the hero, not in me. But he believed in you. So where does that leave us? Well, I agree, Fern. I don't understand exactly either. But I think the people of that village are grateful to you now as well. Whether that's worth something to Frieren is up to her to decide. Cool! Next door. Next door. We can do another one. We can do another one. See you in a second for another one. Peace. We could do another one. It's time to do another one. Gonna do another one. It's episode 4. And we're gonna watch it. It's titled The Land Where Souls Rest. Is that literal or figurative? It's my only question. Is there an underworld? Hades? Valhalla? Elysium? No, probably not. Okay. Let's watch episode 4, The Land Where Souls Rest. Beep beep timer. I love the inconsistent percussion is the only way I could put it. And all the little ad-libs in the background. We haven't met that guy yet. Maybe we will in these first 4? I want a live performance of this song with like a full quality whoa, shipwrecks. Central Lands, Glands Strait. Our mission, restore the population. Fern! Flamme means flame. Opposites. All right, magic shipwreck cleanup. Shit. Never real? It needs doing. How so? A lot of work to do. Ooh, and it's snowing. This is cool that we can separate these pieces and be in a totally different space. Oh my gosh, what a lovely baker lady, thanks. Holy shit. Yeah, gosh, I can hear the lack of teeth. I can hear it. You just hear gums hitting gums. Sheets off, full plank. Ugh. What a child. What a child. Ugh. Yank, yank. Push, push, push. The responsible one. Fucking do the work. Oh, I vibe. Oh, I wish. Then maybe I would wake up. Ugh. Guilty. Guilty. None of them helped? Oh, that's as bad as Hyder gets. Warm. Yeah, you know, driftwood, wet driftwood burns really well. Hmm. Was the one time here and she missed something? So that's why they were troubled. Was that the time they got angry? Oof. You gotta get her on a schedule. Or get her a daylight lamp. Jeez. Oh! You're in one. You'd best start believing in ghost stories, lass. You're in one. I fucking love that movie. Just the one. The other ones don't exist. It's crystal clear. Nice. So will you wake in time? She said yes. You'll help. Oh, smart. I've done that. For that reason. It's a bad move. Don't stay up all night, Frieren. Get at least a few hours. You need a few hours. Hmm. Kawai Sony. Oh, okay. It was important to us. That's not what it's about. Drag her. Carry her. Put that elf on your back. She's fighting against herself. To do a thing. To be there for it. Kire. I did not know when I did that drawing that we would have so many fucking sun things. Like it matters to be there with somebody else. That's the part that's important. That's why they were pissed at you for not being there. That's, yeah! Woo! She got it! No, you could not. You could have seen the sunrise, but you couldn't have seen the sunrise. Well, that too. Good joke. Good joke. That's not what she meant, but good joke. What the hell does that have to do with the title? Also, I thought that was the whole episode. Oh my gosh. Tracks? Interesting. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. I've actually heard that justification for God. I disagree with it wholeheartedly, but it's cool. But I disagree wholeheartedly. It would just be convenient if it were so. Hmm. Hey, buddy. Got any snacks? They've changed. Hi, Tara. You got me. Hmm. Hmm. You got a little red-haired boy? Do you have a little red-haired boy for us to look after? What does that even mean? Yeah, what does that even mean? 80 years is not long. Uh-huh. Well, we don't know. I thought they were all fake. There's a shot. It's a lot of area to cover for one book. You should know where it is. Okay, she does know where it is. Hmm. Hmm. They have. They only have so much of it. I think you'll be fine, man. Oh, oh my god! Sour those grapes up for you, I guess. Whoa! They're both ridiculous. That's good. Yeah, fly up above. If you're looking for a real big tree. Hmm. He's not a mage, yeah. That made an impact. That would prove the existence of souls past. Hmm. That sure is a big tree. I wonder who Master is. Flamme themselves? Oh, yeah. Human. And that's why that woman has the same thing that's her earring. Whoa. It's not her. Wow. Flamme sama. And the barrier will open for you. Whoa! Feels like that's the real memoir. Thanks, Sensei. Seems pretty freaking real. Well, there was this giant tree. And also, I knew her. course it was. Fucking smart people. Yeah, so annoying. She's wearing the earrings. It's a it's a physical place. Well, we've got a direction now. Like Elysium. So what happened to that revelation? Why did she hide it away? No one knew of that. I suppose I'd rather take evidence. This is evidence. North of here. The end. Oh. And we'll have to retrace the whole path up to where we fought the Demon King. We already know that she doesn't do very well with cold. Motivation dropping immediately. Is Ison gonna travel with us? Yes. The deep forest. I'm sure tons of adventures. I love how willing the characters are to just not answer the question. Annoying, just like all masters. Hmm. I wouldn't put yourself down like that. That was the excuse. She's not indifferent, she just doesn't know how. Doesn't know how to people. Doesn't have a clue. Ah. Ooh. Better to have loved and lost. Damn. Less than a year. An excuse to break up the conversation. Oh. A little weird, though. Okay, he's not going to. Good. Good. I think good. It would upset our balance. All I can imagine is a canyon full of Sam Regals. Wow, to get to... Yeah, okay, so it will be a retrace. Whoa. That is far off. Well, that's like a tenth of my life. Actually, I don't know what life expectancy is. Could be a fifth or a third. Oh, wow. Okay. Those are the earrings. That's why we see her eyes appear in there. So they used red honeysuckle for those. That might be the big tree. Or that. I guess probably not that. Illusions of the dead. They're illusions. Illusions. Okay. 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 Second half of this episode is like set up for everything that's to come. These are the first four, and they were released as four for a reason. And I think the reason is clear now. We get our call to adventure here, finally. It comes, I mean, Heiter having her take on Fern as an apprentice is one thing, and she's already on this one journey, but now we get called to a real particular adventure that falls in line with what she was going to do anyway, and she accepts that call. Cool. That's simple and solid for the second half. Now there's a lot of little stuff to it. I love the sequence of them searching and just using their superpowers to evaluate this space. And I love finding out that Flamme is her mistress, her teacher, her sensei. And we hold off until the very last moments till showing her face. But of course we see her in the OP. Earrings and necklace, and those earrings have become hers. She carries that on with her. That's cool. That's really cool. Regardless of the short-lived nature of so many of these people, Frieren carries pieces of them with her. We open on this sequence with the sunrise and the village that needs to be cleaned up for like a swath of really important reasons. The dynamic between Fern and Frieren is set up really effectively, with Fern being the mom, kind of. lack of liking cold is also established, that all of the books of the great Maho Flamme are fake. It gets established and will be important for the next chunk. Her willingness to do things, even when she doesn't actually get what she says she wants in return, means something interesting. It means she's not entirely honest about what she actually wants, right? Or maybe isn't sure of what it is. And we know that that's the case for certain. And then has a jaded perspective that can only be shaken by actual experience. Frieren has seen so many sunrises. She's like, but this sunrise isn't going to be special. And then she experiences the sunrise and realizes what's special about it. That it's particular, that it's with others, that there's this connection and this need for others to be there experiencing it with you. That there's a point to that, a purpose to it. More meaningful than just the prettiness of the sunrise. Because however crystal clear the water, it is just the same sunrise, right? It goes, our world spins around every day, and the sun goes up and it goes down, and it's just gonna happen. It's fine. It's not special. Duh. But if you strip your mind of that and let yourself just watch a sunset, it's pretty hard not to be overtaken by at least a little smidge of awe. It's hard not to. When you watch something like that with someone, it's hard not to feel like you're in community with them, like you're experiencing something together. We get to do it here on our weird YouTube channel. We get to watch and experience things together. And in a lot of ways, it's that fact of experiencing together, despite the boundaries between us in the screen and the time and space, we still get to share in a little bit of that communion and community. So she accepts despite it being a counterfeit. I love that we get to spend time in this village. This really sinks those Mushishi vibes in. We're just somewhere else. It's a period of time after the last episode, and we're living here now and investigating a thing here and doing a particular task here. And we'll do it until we're done, and then we'll move on. Goofy. Just goofy. Like the full feet straight up, blankets all the way down, book on head. What a goober. They continuously find more ways to make her approachably goobery, despite her incredible magic prowess and ancient age and stuff. It's a real balancing act, I think, that's going on in the show between making Frieren like unassailably cool and calm, collected, ancient, like wise and stuff, and also totally foolish, ridiculous, silly, relatable, childish, and deeply human. If those elements weren't here, we would not be able to connect with this character, but because they're here, we connect with her. And that weakness, that vulnerability that she demonstrates in not being good or competent at everything, allows a place for Fern in the story, allows a role for her, where she's simultaneously student and mom. And I think it's excellent. I think it's a great dynamic that should evolve over the course of the show. Into what? I don't know, and that's okay. Just once, they yelled at me. And it's not exactly clear that it's the same day, that it's the same thing, but it is clear that it matters. I would very much like for you to watch the sunrise. And so she promises to do so. I'll be there. And decides to stay up all night, and Fern gets her up. You don't get it. It's not just a sunrise. We wanted to enjoy it with you, and we wanted you to enjoy it with us. And Himmel says, no, you definitely would, and I know that because I know you. You would enjoy this kind of thing. Seen through her. No, it's just like all the others that I've ever seen. No, it isn't. It's different. Come with us. So again, she steps into a place that she's been before, where something was incomplete or not quite ready to be laid to rest or left be. And she completes it. checks the boxes. Ha! It's just any old sunrise. I guess Himmel didn't really understand. And then, as she asks to go back to sleep, she sees Fern's smile. And Fern says, "But you look like you're having fun." And she responds, "Because you were smiling." And then she understands. That's what they wanted from her. And that's what you get out of something like this. It's all the people all together. That's a cool piece too. We're focused in on the two of them. Yep. Full close-up focus on the two of them. And it's only when we get those lines that we cut out here and observe that this is an event taking place, that there are all these people watching and smiling and observing and enjoying as well. That we're a part of something. This isn't something you could have done by yourself. Bam. And that will hit later when she says that she'll be going on her journey by herself. She'll be continuing her journey. Some journeys aren't journeys that you can take alone. So we have a little discussion about heaven. I'm not going to dive into the real world philosophy or theology of this. I don't. It wouldn't be right for it to be this way. Is not a legitimate justification for a belief in something ethereal that you can't see or prove. Just, it would be nice if it were that way. Yeah. Okay. So I'd rather believe in a thing that would be nice than not. Yeah, okay. Very rose-tinted glasses, Pollyanna style of world. Things that are convenient are therefore true is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. But I get the sentiment still, and so I'll pull away from my immediate the sentiment is reasonable. Don't we all wish that our loved ones would be somewhere else, and for ourselves that our lives would not end, that there would be something good after this? Wouldn't that be nice? It would. It would be nice. Unfortunately, I have no reason to believe that it exists at all, except that other people have said it might, and you can look at their reasoning for saying so, and it mostly boils down to, boy, it would sure be convenient. So that doesn't do it for me. So he asks for help finding a book, an important book, that he's narrowed down the field on, and realizes after a period of absence that Frieren has changed and become more considerate. And then we get this cool little montage, and I think the montage part is maybe my favorite thing in the movie, or in the episode. Little lizard freaking out as his giant boulder gets lifted by this dwarf. Fuck yeah. I don't even know what you're doing to the grapes. Ripening? Unripening? Souring? Exploding? Who knows? Making them magic? I don't know. Water running dwarf. I want it. I want one. Flying around. It's just cool. It's just cool. And Fern being a capable wizard, being able to move herself around and fly, and that's cool. It's really cool. So, this whole time, Frieren has been standoffish about Flamme. No, there are no memoirs of Flamme. It doesn't exist. Until we get to the point, and we learn that she knows that person. That wizard or mage of legend is just a person to her, still actively in her memory. Yes, I'll be dead, but you'll live on, and you can return here when you make a mistake and need to talk to someone. She knows, 1,000 years ago, knows what Frieren will need. How cool. Like a path that is meant to be walked. So she rejoins the spirit of her mentor, and in doing so finds evidence or proof from someone she trusts that there is a heaven, a world beyond. And what is the word? Aureole. Areola? A circle of light or brightness surrounding something. Art around the head. It's the big corona halos. Radiant light. Okay. Gonna do Aureole mythology. Because it sounds Greek. The radiance of luminous cloud, which in paintings of sacred personages surrounds the whole figure. In Romance languages, it's usually the disk of light behind the head, the halo or nimbus. Or the whole... Huh. Okay, yeah. Cool. Okay. The land where souls rest. A mix of Greco-Roman architecture and ancient trees. Wild. Very Olympus-y, very Elysium-y. A place to converse with my old comrades. So... Oh, goodness. Is it the Aeneid or the Odyssey where a character ends up speaking to a bunch of souls of the dead? The Odyssey. Odysseus does a ritual near the land of the dead and attracts the shades of the dead, the spirits, to come and talk to him. Elpenor, his crew member, his mother Anticlea, Tiresias the prophet, his old comrades Agamemnon and Achilles, great heroes and others. Similar, okay, but not direct. It fits that zone, though, of like, it feels Greeky. So, she says, I'm sure that this information will advance the research of souls dramatically, but she hid this information away for all this time, and didn't leave other memoirs, right? Because otherwise we would know of them, and our spirit research would be much further along. I wonder what danger she saw in that, or if it was left as something for Frieren to accomplish. I don't know. So now we have a quest, a purpose, a reason, and a way to do the impossible, to connect once more with those people who we've lost. Not just through retracing our steps or traveling again to the places that we've been, but through actually seeking them out and speaking to their spirits. Finding a place where they finally rest and seeing them off there. So, our journey has direction to it now. And we're ready to set off. That's what this feels like as we head out of episode 4. I thought we would be introduced to little redhead boy. Nope. We'll get there eventually. I'm not too worried about it. We'll get there. I'm not too worried about anything, honestly. At the moment, worry is like the last thing on my mind. I'm just enjoying. That's fun. It's cool that I get to just enjoy the show. So our aimless wandering turns to aimed wandering. And we'll see where that takes us as we move further into the journey, at the end of the journey, that is Frieren. Thanks so much for watching these episodes with me, y'all. I enjoyed them sincerely. It's still really pretty, and it's nailing its emotional beats in a really effective way. So I'm just pleased. Big smile. Big thumbs up. Full 2. It's as many as I've got. I could go for toe thumbs, but I can't really reach. So we'll call it there. Frieren's good. No surprise. We'll see what the secrets of the Great Mage Flamme reveal to us beyond that there's a heaven. And what other places and stories we pass through as we retrace this old journey as our new one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week for episodes 5 and 6, maybe just 5, who knows? I'll see you there. Much love. Peace.